The Dream SMP is a very popular server with a lot of influence, so naturally you have the question, will it end? How will it end? When will it end? You get the idea. So I spent a long time researching, and this is what I think. As I said before, the Dream SMP has a very large audience, and they make a lot of people entertain every time they go live. This is largely due to the great storyline of the Dream SMP. Whether you like roleplay or not, the Dream SMP community get very entertained when they see a big war happening or 10 withers destroying a big part of the Dream SMP. And this is because of the build up that these events get. And this build up is created by people like TommyInnit or Technoblade or Wilbur or any other people who have a big role in the Dream SMP storyline. So what if one of those people just decided not to do it anymore? Imagine TommyInnit just deciding one day not wanting to do the Dream SMP, for example. And no, I'm not saying that they don't enjoy doing it now, because they clearly do, but creator burnout is a real thing, and it can well happen to the Dream SMP creators. I couldn't imagine being TommyInnit, for example, creating storylines every time he streams. I think it will be super tiring and just stressful, and I feel like most of us would either give up or at least take it back a bit. And it's only for so long that Tommy will be able to last until he either wants to take a break or just do something else. But without TommyInnit, the Dream SMP just wouldn't be the Dream SMP. So that is one possibility of Dream SMP ending, just because it wouldn't be fun anymore to do. Another reason why it could end is, now hear me out, if a new game was to come out to replace Minecraft. Now you may be thinking, that is impossible, that will literally never happen. But there is a game hopefully coming out this year that I and many creators are very hyped for, and that is Hytale. Now, I don't really want to get into a big rant about Hytale because this video isn't about Hytale, so I'm going to keep this part short. But do you think that if Hytale was to replace Minecraft, do you think that A, Dream would keep playing Minecraft, or B, Dream would move to Hytale? And I think the answer is pretty obvious, and either the Dream SMP would move to Hytale or it would just completely end. Now, this is just a speculation, but it's pretty interesting nevertheless. So now we know if it will end, which is most likely yes. I want to talk about how will it end. So for this, there are basically two possibilities: a final war, or like an event, or killing the Ender Dragon. Or I guess you can combine the two if you think about it. So first, let's talk about the final war, or the final event. Obviously right now we can't tell what that war would be about or who would be in it, but I think it's a pretty safe guess to assume that it would have to do something with the end dimension. Whether it would be the dragon egg or even just a portal to the end, I think that would be a very big part of the final war or event. In fact, we know that Technoblade already has control of the stronghold, and this could possibly hint to the final war. Now, I could just be making some random links, but we all know, the egg on the Dream SMP, right? It's this big deal, and the egg does stuff, and I don't really want to get into that right now because it's not the video about it. But what if the egg was actually the Ender Dragon egg? What if the people in the Dream SMP are already planning to end the SMP in a few months, so they want to link the storyline to the Ender Dragon? Because it's quite hard to imagine that the Dream SMP would end without fighting the Ender Dragon, since after all it is the final boss. And when it comes to the Minecraft storyline, killing the Ender Dragon is pretty important. It's called the Ender Dragon after all. In addition to that, there is a reason why Dream made the rule of not being able to enter the end. Otherwise, he wouldn't have destroyed the portal frames when, for example, Technoblade found them. And I genuinely believe that it was because Dream wants to keep the storyline something to do with the Ender Dragon or the egg. And that would also make a lot of sense. After all, there's only one egg on the server available, and it has a lot of potential to be a big part of the Dream SMP storyline. So when would this all happen? Now, before I continue, I should say I don't have any inside information, and I'm not like a fortune teller, so what I'm about to say is completely speculation, but I will try to back it up with some actual evidence. Okay, so taking into consideration what I've said in this video, we should mainly use the fact that TommyInnit might get burnt out at one point, the fact that Hytale can come out and take over, and the fact that they need to actually kill the Ender Dragon to end the Dream SMP. Okay, so let's start with TommyInnit getting burnt out. How can this tell us when it will happen? Well, right now, the UK is on lockdown due to, the virus. But according to the email that my mum got from my school, schools should be opening in mid-March. Now, I live in a different area than TommyInnit in the UK, at least from the information that I found online. So he might be going to school on a different day or whatever. But you can imagine that when he comes back to college, he will get burnt out really quickly if he has to grind the Dream SMP as much as he does now, and especially as much as he used to, and especially as he's used to not having to go to school because, you know, he kind of blew up in quarantine. So unless Tommy is either superhuman or just super dedicated, he might not want to grind the Dream SMP, and we should, you know, respect that because he has been grinding for a long time, and especially as he has other things that he's doing on his channel right now that are not related to Dream SMP. Okay, so what about Hytale? Let's just say I've been waiting for this game for 2 years now. I'm not even joking, this channel was created 2 years ago because of Hytale. But the beta hasn't even dropped yet, so I don't think it's gonna come out anytime soon. If anything, it might come out sort of late this year, like December late, that kind of late, if even this year. And finally, the fact that they have to kill the Ender Dragon, well, before they do that, one, they have to complete the storyline about the egg, or any storyline that's gonna come after, like, you know, Dream in prison, all this other stuff. So that would probably take a few months as well, like if they maybe not rushed it, but if they took their time as well, it would only take like maybe 3 months to finish the storyline that they're on right now. So I think like March, maybe April max is sort of when the storyline would end, sort of the quickest way of them being able to finish the Dream SMP. So with all that information, I can now tell you the exact date and time that I think the Dream SMP will end, and that is March 17th, 2021, exactly at 6:23 AM and 32 seconds GMT. If you want to see more Dream SMP related content, make sure to subscribe to the channel. With that being said, I hope you have a great day, and I'll see you later.